becoming a bit embarrassing that some at the moment?
I feel that like the training is the hard part. The fight should be the fun part. I didn't underestimate Bakhtov at all. I had a lot of respect for him, and as you can see, some of the shots I was catching him with, even I was thinking, how come he's not going down? So he's a tough guy. He's a tough opponent, and that's what these guys are there to do. So we're in phase 2, and I think it's only going to get tougher now. These type of guys will be able to withstand these punches and come back. You know, I could feel his strength. Don't get me wrong, but I could handle it because of the training we do in the gym day in day out.
Was it encouraging to take a few punches for a change?
No, it never is. Nah, it never is. It's never smart to do that. But sometimes you can let the adrenaline get in the way, and you want to see a bit of blood of whoever they're shedding from. But yeah, I've got to just learn to keep calm and stay switched on instead of letting the adrenaline take over and wanting to just give me one. I'm going to give him 2. He gives me 3. I give him 4. Because that's kind of what I wanted to turn that fight into, but it ended a bit early.
So you could have avoided them shots?
Oh yeah. I could have made that a lot easier. But I wanted to practice some work on the inside and stuff. You know, when I fight, it's not always let me go in there and keep it simple. I actually want to learn and practice some stuff. It's early days, so if you see that fight, I wanted to get on the inside of it, which I did, but I didn't stay there long. And that's probably where I made it a bit harder, because when he caught me, it was actually on the inside. It wasn't from a distance.
You were smiling and licking your lips when you were kind of engaging it, like you enjoyed it more than most of your other fights, and that felt.
Yeah, I could see that I was hurting him, and then it's fun. Because he would do the same thing to me. If he had me up against someone, punching my head, he would love it. So it's just the other way around.
Who did you do the pads with in the wrestling?
Tony.
What, the other 8 rounds?
Yeah, I done them with Tony in the year, man.
Yeah, these are demanding danger money to get in the ring.
Not yet. Well, listen, they're very expensive. There's obviously a premium. Yeah, there's a premium. You know, we might get a call from Michael Sprott on Monday saying no thanks, or blame him. No, seriously, I mean, you know, or I want more money, or you know, and then, but this is, you know, I didn't expect that to. I knew. Listen, I'm very hopeful that he'd win, and I thought he'd stop him, but I didn't expect that kind of form, which was just hit me, and I'm just going to take you out. And it was like you said, it was. Right, let's have a fight on the inside. Right now I'm going to put you on the end of my jab. Right now I'm going to finish you. You know, it's not a Bakhtov. Bakhtov is a very credible heavyweight. He's fought some top names. He's not a mug, you know, and he's not been stopped in 7, 9 years or something.
Because it wasn't all about power, really, was it? Because there were some very clever, cheeky, sneaky shots like your left hooks.
Yeah, and they'll only get better. I think if the fight would have gone on, round 3, round 4, round 5, which it was predicted to, because he hasn't been stopped in 9 years and he was so tough, that you would have probably seen a bit more as the rounds went on, because you know your timing gets better, you start relaxing into a bit more. But I did show small bits of what I'll be doing as the rounds go on.
You started quicker than you've ever sort of.
Sorry?
I've added up your time in the ring.
Yeah.
And in 9 bouts, it's like 34 minutes, 20 seconds.
Must be the highest grade I've been.
Yeah, you are. It's better paid than Floyd Mayweather.
But there's no, you know,
the championship distance, and you've had 9 bouts.
Yeah, that's the danger. But that's why I've got to. It's not coach don't expect me to do it. I ask him, coach, let me do some pads, let me do some extra work, because this isn't about you know me. I'm not involved in that hype. This is about this is gladiator. This is the arena. This is tough. This is tough work. So I know, even though I'm stopping them and it's all great, it's all fun and it looks great, there's still work to do, and not everyone's gonna get knocked out like that. Not everyone's gonna fold under pressure. Some guys know how to deal with that. And there's a whole ocean of heavyweights out there, and you know, one day we might come across someone that we think we're going to take out that could give me hell of problems. So I'm making sure I'm prepared for whatever.
Because there's been a long line of heavyweight hopes, hasn't there? Like
that's the problem.
That's against
exactly. That's why like all this whatever, stay humble and stuff. It is about being humble, but it ain't really about that either. It's just about making sure you're sharp, you know exactly where you're at, and you don't get carried away yourself. As you said, there's been a long line of heavyweights, and there's always 1 or 2 or 3 that rises to the top. And I've got the potential, but that's all it is. It's not a reality, and that's why I've got to graft and put in the grind, and hopefully bring that dream to reality. And I'm confident, but I know it's going to be real tough.
You said there's a whole ocean of heavyweights out there. What would you describe yourself as? Are you a shark or a whale? Or what are you?
I'm a lion. I think I'm a lion. I'm not even a shark or a whale. I'm a lion.
Are you your toughest opponent so far?
Me?
Yeah, yourself.
Nah, I'll never forget my fight in the World Championships in Azerbaijan. Like, that guy was, if he was pro, that would be a real tough fight. That's it. I always reflect on what I've done and stuff. I never like get carried away. I always reflect on what I've done before, and I've been in some tough fights. So, yeah, I know I am my biggest critic, but I know I've been in tough fights, so I can understand. I'm only going to improve. And
if you look back at the year that's gone, the fights that you've had, the progress that you've made, what would you give yourself out of 10?
This is for 1. It's only year 1.
Really?
Yeah. You've got years to go. Let me do that same thing to Klitschko, then I'll give myself a 10. Do you know what I mean? That's Denis Bakhtov. That's not Vladimir Klitschko.
Yeah.
So he's not a world champion, is he?
Were you happy when Ian John Lewis waved you back in because he looked like he'd stopped it and then?
Yeah, I think he needs to let the fight go on because they get stopped pretty early, and I want him to be on the floor cold. I don't like it when they step in and stop the fight. That's the only problem I have, and that's probably why I end up hitting the ref. It's because they get in the way too early.
But interestingly, you didn't pull out tonight of that. You almost went through him again because you came in a second wave. It looked like he was stopping it, but you didn't stop.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the rules because he did come in and give the rules. I think
he separated you both.
Yeah.
He probably should have stopped the fight, to be honest.
I think he was going to stop it, and then he looked at Bakhtov and thought, he's got his feet.
But you dove straight back in then, though.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I didn't go in recklessly because I know he's dangerous, you know. I had him up on the ropes and I could feel that he was tucking up even when he looked hurt and he was trying to swing him up. So I knew if I dive back in, all he got to do is close his eyes and boom. So I went in cautiously, but I know this was my opportunity to capitalise when I had him hurt.
On the other side of the ring, there was a point where you both exchanged and he caught you as well when he was coming out of a barrage of shots from you. Do you remember that?
No, the only shot I think he caught me was a leaping left hook. That's me, that's all I can remember was a leaping left hook. And it's something I can work on, something I can defend in that. But the inside, that's what I'm saying, I could definitely feel that he was capable of trading on the inside because he's short. That's his game, that's his area, and I went into his territory.
You said that he was. This is the start of like phase 2. So this is the end of your first year. It's like sort of culminated in your first title.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself at the end of your second year? I mean, what's in store for you next?
I think now like we can kind of see. So 1 to 9 got me from Emmanuel Leo right through to Bakhtov, which I don't know if you guys rate Bakhtov or not, but he's decent, he's strong. And then let's say like 9 to 18 will probably be. Who knows who I'll be fighting at 19 and the year 2. But I think heavyweights can get moved quick. You got. Eddie knows what he's doing. Eddie knows what he's doing with opponents. But I think if I can keep on brushing opponents that's supposed to be giving me trouble, the only thing is creating competitive fights, 50-50 fights.
Where would you like to be in the second year? Is the world title too far off?
All right. Where I'd like to be is on top of the domestic scene and a much better fighter than I am now, really. And whoever I've got to go through to achieve that, I'm not too fast. But in reality, I know I could still be at a learning curve. I know potentially Sprott could give me more problems than Bakhtov because stars make fights. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we just got to take it one step at a time.
Tonight was the first time you didn't really sort of ease your way into a fight though. Cause
don't you think?
No, I thought last couple of fights you sort of boxed your way in a bit and you
well, this is interesting
because him really. You went in with the heavy shots really quickly.
Well, can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
I think tonight he knew he was in more of a fight tonight, and you'd answer as well. But the last couple, I think you've gone out there and you switched off against Eric in like the second round because you just thought, let's go some rounds. But I think tonight he knew he was in a proper fight, and I think he was pumped because it was 0-2 and it was the title, and he's had a lot of hype this week. Yeah. So I think you just saw him more focused and on point, and that's what he does when he's going through the gears that way versus just going through emotions.
Yeah.
Is there a plan to let him fight away?
I mean, any of those. You know, I mean, Germany obviously we're over there quite a bit at the moment. America, but ultimately, listen, we had 6,000 here tonight, and we're a year on in his debut. It's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'd like to see him fill in this arena as much as possible. We want to go to Vicarage Road next summer and do the British Heavyweight title outdoors. But again, I'd love him to win the British Heavyweight title. but we're not going to let that title get in the way of his development.
But Bruno never did it.
No, but ultimately, if there's politics, if there's people getting in the way, no, but we're not going to wait. You know, we're not going to say, oh, we're hanging about and let people muck us around.
Yeah.
But the great thing is you could make any fight of him in the division because everyone's already seen him as a payday, David Price included.
Did you see Bruno yesterday?
Was he there tonight?
He was here ringside.
Swear.
I walked in with him.
Oh, I wish I would have seen. That would have been an honour.
He was here.
That's good though. It's an honour to have him come watch the fight. So last time I saw him was at Wembley, and I got a picture of him.
Yeah, I walked in with him.
Yeah, the people's champ.
Have you spoken to David Price tonight, or will you?
We just touched gloves. Yeah, man, I speak to Price. You know, but as an amateur, he always send texts when we was at tournaments, wishing us all the best. And but you know what boxers are like. We keep a distance, but there's always that mutual respect because we do understand what we go through. So we always have a mutual respect with each other. But we do understand in the back of our minds that one day down the line we could potentially try to knock each other's heads off.
Where's the belt going, Anthony? Where are you going to put it?
I'm still living in a flat right now, so I don't know. I've got to find some storage. I need to turn this into the raw one, and I could have a little room full of my belt. You look after it for me.
You might have to have a big storeroom.
Yeah, one day. But for me, you know how I do it. I've got to put this behind me now because we've got November 22nd to look forward to. So I'm really happy with this. Like, don't stop there.
If you could say that there's one thing that's happened to you this year, in the last year, or one change. I mean, you said you wanted to put the guy down, knock him cold, hurt him. Would you say you've become more ruthless in the last year as a fighter?
No,
is there like one thing that you think is changing you?
No, I'm just doing my thing. I've worked since 18. I've worked hard, so it's not just about tonight or just I haven't changed overnight.
Yeah.
I've always gone in to win. Even when I was less experienced as an amateur, I always had that desire to get in and hurt them and out muscle them. And that's all I could do as an amateur, is just beat them through strength and desire. Now I've got a bit of skill, and I remember where I've come from. I'll never forget where I've come from, so that gives me that desire, and that's always that spite that these guys are in there to try and take what I've been working on for the last 7 years, and I won't let that happen.
So maybe the only missing ingredient is experience, because you've got
100%. Yeah, but that's what we're doing. That's gonna come for sure. And you gotta understand, honestly, like sometimes I look at my coach and I think, does he like me or not? Because he grasps me in the gym, you know. So the experience I'm gaining in the gym is like it's complementing me in the ring, like sparring partners and stuff, man. Even I spar Frazier, the amateur guy. He said after the fight, when I spar him, sometimes I get that same vision when I was fighting back to him, that I want to get you, I want to hurt you. And he goes, it was funny because second round, I could see what you do to me in sparring. You switched and done it to him.
Yeah.
So he understands where we're coming from. But day to day, I'm a cool guy. I'm a nice guy.
Michael, is there any British heavyweights that you've got your eye on, or you want to fight, or you think your style's made for them, or?
It is what it is, really. Eddie, who would you think would be the best step up out of these guys?
Well, I think Sprott, and then potentially the loser of Fury Chisora. Although I saw last night Fury said that's not a sign, so maybe we fight him next.
Isn't it
He
so?
tweeted last night.
interesting.
It's annoying because we've got tickets for it. Really.
Yeah.
Have you got tickets?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I won't let you down in the future.
But I think that next summer, Fury, Chisora, Price they're all on the hit list. When someone asked me about Hay during the week, and I said that they're the kind of fighters to go through, but I do put Hay on a higher level than Fury, Chisora, and Price.
And like it's not like Eddie or myself get carried away, but you just understand that these are the guys. Like when I was an amateur, I kind of looked at like Camarelli and these guys, and I thought, if I want to become world champ, European or Olympic champ, these are the guys I've got to go through. And I would make that vocal in interviews, and this is just the same path, but as a pro. So we're just making it vocal that these are the guys that we've got to go through to achieve the heights of the professional boxing.
Who do you think is the best out of those three? Because I know you sparred at least two of them. You sparred at least Chisora and Fury, haven't you?
So out of the three, I think, back in the day, I don't know. Who do you think's the best?
Well, the question was to you.
I don't know.
I think Fury might be underrated a little bit. I mean, but
Fury, I think Price. Remember Price lost to Thompson. Thompson only lost to Klitschko. You got to respect that, and that's why the mutual respect's there between fighters. Because I do understand that he'll always have that right hand. He'll always have that boxing ability, and he's a dangerous opponent. So I put Price above Fury right now for sure. Yeah.
I think Price is the biggest puncher. But then you have to ask yourself, Price on the chin. what's going to happen.
Okay, yeah.
Or anyone.
Or in.
Would you class yourself as a power Klitschko now?
A power Klitschko?
Yeah. No, you're intimately now.
It's like Shannon Bruce.
Yeah, I take out Shannon Bruce.
That's a yes. Isn't it?
Yeah, I hope so. I feel so. Yeah, he's a good man. He seems that way anyway. So yeah, I think he'll class me as his friend, and I'll class him as my friend as well. I'd let him into my house.
It's your birthday next week, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wednesday,
what plans have you got then?
I wanted to do like a little private, something small because of the
Yeah.
fight November 22nd. But if that falls through, I think we'll just get some food because in the back of my mind I know I'm fighting in a few weeks.
Yeah.
That's the party falling through.
Yeah, you.
I was like, waiting for the invite. So, have you got any? Are you going to treat yourself to anything special?
Let me think.
You deserve something after this year, don't you? What are you going to get yourself?
It's not about me. It's not about me. It's like I bought like little things like throughout the year. I bought my whole amateur gym new bags, new punch bags.
That's nice.
Like,
What, eventually you mean?
eventually, yeah. Mum goes on holiday. Remember, it's the first year. I haven't achieved nothing yet, so I don't need to treat myself yet. I need to just keep it simple, keep it hungry, and crack on. That's all. That's what makes me happy. Just stay in routine.
It feels different in the ring tonight compared to the Son a year ago.
Oh yeah, come on, 100%.
In what ways was it?
More pumps. I've been active now. When I fought Leo, I was out the ring for about 14 months. So I was a bit ring rushed. You could probably see that in the fight. I was a bit jittery, and I think like as a pro, I think the training obviously steps up because of the rounds. I'm doing so much more, so I'm confident in my ability now with my conditioning and what I'm learning. So yeah, I felt more confident today. That's the truth. I did.
Do you feel a bit more of a marked man because of the publicity, what you've done, the progress? No.
I'm the underdog.
Still.
I'm the contender. Yeah, I'm not marked. I don't see it that way.
Is it like a marriage?
No way.
Well, you're always the underdog.
Yeah, exactly.
Us blokes are always the underdog.
I'm the underdog.
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself. Exactly.
Your own
I
personal
can't
This is like I tell you that.
Go and see your therapist later, Pat.
I can't agree with you.
Right, Jen.
Did you-
Sorry, go.
Robert Smith said tonight, and I was speaking to him earlier, he was saying that you really could change the face of boxing for Britain and the world with the heavyweight division, given what's happened in recent years. And do you feel a kind of pressure to be a role model? Like you just mentioned, you bought kit for your old club, and I thought you looked very ruthless tonight, and I was going to ask Eddie about that as well. I think we generally did see you ruthless for the first time, very ruthless. Smile on your face when you were hurting him. Honestly, it was glaring.
It was quite scary.
It was scary. It was genuinely scary.
I think a lot of
and that's
people
what I'm
felt
talking about, the ruthlessness that
When I turned around, my wife was scared. She was like that.
Is that the guy that you have meetings with?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
That's the guy who lets players know the spare room.
Steady.
I don't know. I honestly think even Matchroom are like progressing as a promotional company. So I think that anyone that does well in boxing right now that are with Matchroom and doing a good job, I think that like you're all in the same boat towards bringing boxing as a whole up. So I don't think I'm doing it as an individual. I think like Matchroom are doing their thing commercially, they're doing their thing, and I'm just doing my thing in the gym. So I think I could potentially become hopefully a poster boy one day.
Eddie's after a rise.
I know.
I think he deserves it.
Everything's good. Everything's good right now.
Did you not
All that
notice
stuff
that
will come.
since the Olympics, though, the huge hike in attention in you this
Do you know
week?
that's why?
You know,
That's you got to remember. Right? I
That
took
was
a
big,
year.
yeah. We felt that a lot.
Took a year to turn pro, and I knew I could fight. I just understand what I got myself into.
He suffered commercially by not turning pro straight away, really. But he did the right thing. He took his time. He listened. He learned.
Even you said, go and meet everyone. You didn't, some people say, no, let's do this next week. You said, go and meet everyone, and so you can understand what you're getting yourself into. So I knew. So when all this is going on now, it was already calculated last year. So we kind of not predicted the future, but we just had an understanding what could potentially happen.
I felt
So
a
you're on
big
track,
shift
is what you're
this-
saying. You're on track.
I felt a big shift this week commercially,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
every time I open paper, page, double page, you know, people are getting excited. And that's the kind of performance that people go, you know.
People are interested. Very interested.
Did you see Lee fights?
Lee, sorry?
Did you see Lee Selby fights?
Yeah, I see Lee. I really enjoyed the Boylan and Tyler fight as well.
What did you think of Lee's performance?
He does it with ease. I think he's going to be interesting. He's so big for the weight as well. I think it'll be interesting when he gets that belt, got something on the line. I don't know, he just does it with ease. I want to say that it's going to get tougher, but I don't think it will. I actually want to say, oh, someone's going to come forward and just land heavy shots in his jaw and he's going to crumble, but I don't think he will. You know, I think he's that talented, and he did make it look really easy tonight. And I think it'd be good if he moved up a weight as well, because then he'll fill out and he'll be able to take these guys out in the later rounds.
Cheers, lads.